Good evening, everyone. Let me begin by asking you a question. Why do you lead? Not how do you lead or what do you do as a leader, but why? Why are you in this position? Why do you get up every day and shoulder the responsibility of guiding others? The answer to that question, whether you've articulated it or not, shapes everything about how you lead. It shapes how your team sees you, how they feel when they work with you, and most importantly, how they perform under your guidance. Because here's the truth, great leaders don't have to pull others along, they inspire them to move forward. But how do we become these kinds of leaders? Leaders who empower others to not just succeed, but to find purpose and fulfillment in the process. That's what I want to explore today. Clarity is the foundation of effective leadership. Without it, decisions become reactive, priorities shift aimlessly, and teams lose their sense of direction. Leadership is not just about making decisions or setting strategies, it's about understanding and communicating the why behind every action. This begins with knowing yourself. Understanding your values, purpose, and what truly drives you is essential to creating a vision others can rally behind. It requires an honest assessment of what you stand for, what you believe in, and the kind of legacy you wish to leave. For many, clarity seems like a lofty concept, something abstract that doesn't translate directly into daily leadership. But that perception couldn't be further from the truth. Clarity is tangible. It's the lens through which decisions are made, the compass that guides a leader through uncertainty, and the glue that binds a team to a shared mission. It influences not only what you do, but how you approach each challenge, interaction, and goal. When leaders lack clarity, confusion trickles down, causing misalignment and inefficiency within the team. People begin to lose sight of their purpose, questioning whether their work truly matters. Gaining clarity begins with introspection. Leaders must ask themselves tough questions. What do I want to achieve? What values will guide me along the way? What kind of environment do I want to create? It's not enough to outline lofty aspirations. Clarity demands specificity. Broad aspirations such as wanting to build a successful team are insufficient unless paired with specific intentions. What defines success for you and your team? Is it financial performance, innovation, personal development, or a combination of these? Clarity sharpens broad ambitions into actionable insights and goals. Clarity also demands consistency. It's one thing to articulate your vision, and it's another to act in alignment with it. People follow leaders who are predictable in their principles, even if their strategies evolve with time. When leaders behave inconsistently, saying one thing but doing another, they undermine trust. Without trust, even the clearest vision will fail to resonate. Consistent alignment between actions and values creates authenticity, a crucial trait for leadership. People don't expect perfection, but they do expect honesty and integrity. Leaders who prioritize clarity in their thoughts, decisions, and behaviors create a foundation for trust that empowers teams to flourish. Clarity impacts not only individual leaders, but also how teams work together. A clear leader serves as a beacon, helping their team navigate complexity. Without it, even the most talented individuals can find themselves adrift, unsure of how their work contributes to a larger goal. When clarity is present, every team member understands their role within the broader vision. They see how their contributions fit into the whole and why their work matters. This understanding fosters engagement, motivation, and a shared sense of purpose. People perform at their best when they feel connected to something meaningful. Clarity creates that connection. In environments of rapid change, clarity becomes even more crucial. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of leadership, but a clear purpose provides stability amidst chaos. Leaders with clarity are not shaken by every disruption, they remain grounded and focused. This steadiness becomes a source of inspiration and reassurance for their teams, who look to their leaders for guidance during challenging times. Clarity doesn't mean having all the answers, it means having the conviction to lead with purpose, even in the face of uncertainty. Articulating clarity to others is just as important as finding it within yourself. A leader might be deeply connected to their purpose, but if they can't communicate it effectively, its impact is diminished. This doesn't require grand speeches or elaborate presentations. Often the most powerful form of communication is simplicity. A clear and concise articulation of why your work matters can resonate far more than a lengthy explanation filled with jargon. Your team needs to feel your belief in the mission. Words are a start, but they need to be supported by actions that reflect consistency, passion, and commitment. A common misconception about clarity is that it leads to rigidity, but the opposite is true. When leaders operate with clear values and purpose, they can adapt with greater flexibility. Instead of being thrown off by unexpected obstacles, they adjust course while keeping the bigger picture in mind. Clarity allows leaders to remain open to change without losing sight of their overarching goals. It transforms decision-making from a reactive process into a proactive one, anchored in the core principles that guide all actions. For leaders, clarity also requires the courage to set boundaries and say no when necessary. In the pursuit of success, it's easy to overcommit or chase opportunities that don't align with your vision. Clarity sharpens your focus, enabling you to distinguish between what truly matters and what is simply a distraction. This discipline is essential to avoid burnout and maintain energy for the things that make the greatest impact. Leaders who prioritize clarity make deliberate choices, ensuring their time, resources, and attention are aligned with their purpose. When you lead with clarity, the boundaries between what is important and what is urgent become easier to define. Leadership is as much about people as it is about outcomes, and people crave clarity. They want to know why they are following you and what their efforts contribute to. It's the responsibility of a leader to remove ambiguity, establish a vision, and create alignment among their team. Without clarity, misunderstandings flourish and potential goes untapped. People thrive when they can clearly see their path forward, and leaders have the opportunity to light that path. Leadership at its core is about service. Many misunderstand leadership as a position of authority, a role where decisions are made from the top and directives are issued downward. True leadership, however, is about something far more profound. It is the art of creating an environment where others can thrive. It is about serving first and leading, always putting the needs of those you lead at the forefront of your priorities. When leaders approach their role with a mindset of service, they inspire trust, cultivate collaboration, and build an unshakable foundation of respect. The essence of service in leadership begins with understanding the needs of others. Effective leaders do not assume they know what their teams require. Instead, they actively seek to understand through listening and observation. This requires more than surface-level engagement. It involves paying attention to verbal and nonverbal cues, asking meaningful questions, and being genuinely curious about the challenges and aspirations of those around you. By doing so, a leader can uncover the unique motivators, strengths, and pain points of their team members. This insight is invaluable because it allows the leader to provide the right support, tools, and guidance to enable each person to succeed. A leader committed to service operates with humility. Leadership is not about personal glory or recognition, it is about elevating others. Humility enables leaders to recognize that they are not the most important person in the room, but rather the one with the responsibility to ensure everyone else succeeds. When leaders let go of ego and focus on empowering others, the impact ripples throughout the entire organization. People begin to feel valued and respected, which fosters a sense of ownership and commitment to the shared mission. Service also involves creating a culture of trust. For people to perform at their best, they need to feel safe to express ideas, take risks, and make mistakes. Leaders who prioritize serving others cultivate this sense of safety by demonstrating empathy and compassion. They are quick to recognize and celebrate contributions, but slow to judge or criticize when mistakes occur. When employees see that their leader has their best interests at heart, they are more likely to be open, innovative, and engaged. Trust, once earned, becomes a powerful driver of performance and cohesion. The act of serving as a leader requires consistent action. It is not about grand gestures or periodic acknowledgments. Service is a daily commitment to show up for your team, to be available when needed, and to follow through on promises. This might mean spending time coaching an employee who is struggling, stepping in to support a team under pressure, and advocating for resources that will make a difference in people's ability to succeed. While these acts might not always be visible to others, they contribute significantly to a team's overall morale and productivity. Leadership through service also extends beyond individual relationships. It is about setting up systems and structures that support long-term success. This could involve implementing processes that reduce unnecessary stress, providing opportunities for professional growth, or addressing systemic issues that hinder progress. A leader who serves looks at the bigger picture and works to eliminate barriers that stand in the way of the team's success. They are proactive, constantly seeking ways to improve the environment and remove obstacles before they become significant challenges. Another vital aspect of serving first is leading with authenticity and vulnerability. Being vulnerable as a leader does not mean showing weakness, it means being real. Leaders who are willing to admit when they don't have all the answers, share their own struggles, or acknowledge their imperfections set an example for their teams. This authenticity builds stronger connections and reminds people that leaders are human too. It reinforces the idea that leadership is not about being invulnerable, but about being in service to something greater than oneself. Leaders who serve understand the value of empowerment. Empowerment is not simply delegating tasks or assigning responsibilities. It is about equipping people with the knowledge, skills, and confidence they need to take ownership of their work. It is about showing people that you believe in them, even when they might not fully believe in themselves. A leader who empowers others doesn't dictate every move or micromanage. Instead, they provide guidance and step back, allowing individuals to grow and learn through their experiences. Service-driven leadership requires patience and persistence. The impact of serving others is often not immediate. It may take time to build trust, to see growth, and to establish a culture of empowerment and respect. However, the results are worth the investment. Teams led by service-oriented leaders exhibit higher levels of engagement, collaboration, and loyalty. They become more resilient in the face of challenges and more innovative in finding solutions. The commitment to serving others fosters a culture where people feel both supported and motivated to contribute their best work. By putting the needs of the team ahead of their own and committing to a culture of trust, empowerment, and support, leaders create an environment where people feel valued and inspired to reach their full potential. The true measure of leadership lies in the ability to elevate others. This comfort is one of the most powerful tools in a leader's arsenal. yet it is often viewed as something to avoid. However, discomfort should not be feared. It is a sign of growth, of pushing beyond the familiar, and of moving into uncharted territories where true innovation and progress happen. Leaders who embrace discomfort do not shy away from the challenges that come with it. Rather, they lean into it, understanding that it is in these moments of uncertainty that leadership is forged. At its core, leadership is not about avoiding difficulty, it is about navigating it with resilience, vision, and integrity. Leaders who take on challenges head-on demonstrate the willingness to step into uncomfortable situations, whether it is making tough decisions, having difficult conversations, or confronting their own weaknesses. Every time you encounter discomfort, it is an opportunity for growth and development, not just for you, but for your team as well. Your ability to handle discomfort, to manage pressure and push through difficult circumstances sends a powerful message to those around you. It demonstrates that leadership is about more than just a title or a role. It's about a deep commitment to the mission, to the people you lead, and to achieving something meaningful. When leaders confront discomfort, they model resilience. Resilience is not about being unaffected by challenges, it is about maintaining the strength and focus to keep moving forward despite them. Leadership in times of discomfort reveals the depth of a leader's character. Those watching will take note of how you handle obstacles and setbacks. When they see you stand strong in the face of adversity, your team learns how to do the same. They understand that obstacles are not barriers to success, they are opportunities to learn and improve. In these moments, leaders guide their teams through difficulties, transforming what could be a setback into an opportunity for both personal and professional growth. It is easy to lead when everything is going well, but true leadership is tested in times of discomfort and difficulty. Facing adversity provides a leader with the chance to demonstrate not just technical skills, but also emotional intelligence, empathy, and foresight. When uncomfortable situations arise, people need their leaders to provide clarity, direction, and support. Great leaders don't react impulsively to challenges, they remain calm, they assess the situation, and they make thoughtful decisions. When faced with adversity, a leader must serve as a stabilizing presence, someone who provides assurance that no matter how challenging things may get, there is a way forward. Confronting discomfort is also an essential part of fostering growth within a team. If a leader always shields their team from discomfort or strives to maintain the status quo, they are robbing their team of the opportunity to develop the grit and resilience they need to tackle challenges themselves. Leaders who push their teams out of their comfort zones help them cultivate new skills, take risks, and face challenges with confidence. Discomfort stretches the team's capabilities, forcing them to innovate and find creative solutions that they might not have discovered if they were in their comfort zones. This stretch is a catalyst for learning. When your team knows they are supported and guided through uncomfortable situations, they build their own capacity to handle adversity in the future. It is a feedback loop where growth begets more growth. Leaders who embrace discomfort also have the ability to demonstrate courage, which is contagious. When leaders face discomfort head-on, they set a powerful example of courage for their teams. Courage is not about the absence of fear, it is about acting in spite of fear. The more you as a leader face your discomfort, the more your team will be inspired to act in the same way. They will witness your resolve and gain the confidence that they too can confront their fears and uncertainties. As courage spreads through a team, it enables people to speak up, take on new challenges, and overcome obstacles they may have previously seen as insurmountable. One of the essential reasons to embrace discomfort as a leader is that it forces innovation. The easy path is often the comfortable path, but it doesn't challenge anyone to rethink how things are done or explore new possibilities. Growth happens when individuals and organizations are confronted with challenges that force them to change, adapt, and become more creative. If you allow your team to stay in their comfort zones too long, you limit their potential for growth. A leader who fosters discomfort encourages an atmosphere where exploration, experimentation, and innovation can thrive. These moments are when breakthroughs occur, when new ideas are born and tested, and when risk-taking becomes part of the culture. Another crucial element of discomfort is the willingness to make difficult decisions, many of which may not be popular but are necessary for the long-term success of the team or organization. As leaders, there are moments when decisions must be made, even when they bring short-term discomfort or resistance. It's not about pleasing everyone but making choices that align with the vision, maintain integrity, and propel the team toward its larger purpose. Difficult decisions require clarity of thought and courage to act, as they might bring discomfort in the short term but lead to growth and success in the long run. Leaders who shy away from making uncomfortable decisions will ultimately limit their team's potential. The fear of discomfort can also make leaders reluctant to have tough conversations with their teams. Whether it's providing constructive feedback, navigating conflict, or addressing performance issues, these conversations can often be awkward or tense. However, avoiding them only exacerbates the problem. By confronting these uncomfortable situations directly, leaders demonstrate care for the well-being and growth of their team members. These are opportunities to guide individuals toward improvement, to support their development, and to ensure that they are performing to the best of their abilities. Through this willingness to engage in discomfort, leaders build trust, strengthen relationships, and create an environment that encourages continuous improvement. When discomfort is embraced as a part of leadership, it shifts from being a daunting experience to a transformative one, propelling both the leader and their team toward growth and success. Instead of avoiding challenges, leaders face them boldly, using them as catalysts for change, innovation, and development. Leadership is not about controlling others or issuing orders, it is about inspiring action. True leaders don't command, they motivate, encourage, and empower. Leadership is fundamentally about tapping into the shared values and vision of a team and helping people see how their efforts matter in the grand scheme. When people are truly inspired, they don't need to be told what to do or how to do it. They instinctively know. They understand their role, and they believe that the work they do contributes to something larger than themselves. The leader's role is to ignite that belief, to light the spark that sets their team in motion. Inspiring action comes from being deeply connected to a vision that resonates beyond superficial goals or short-term accomplishments. People don't follow a leader because of the perks of the position or the status associated with the role. They follow because of a deeper sense of purpose, an intrinsic belief that their work is meaningful. The leader's job is to provide that meaning, to weave a narrative that shows how each person's work is crucial to the broader goal. Leaders inspire action by showing people that what they are doing matters, whether they're building a product, serving customers, or executing a project. This requires a clear, compelling vision that transcends daily tasks and connects to larger values. The challenge of inspiring action lies in ensuring the team sees how they fit into the greater mission. It's not enough for the leader to be the sole visionary. Every team member should be able to draw a direct line between their individual contributions and the larger goals. This connection fuels engagement and motivates people to give their best. When people understand how their efforts align with the organization's values and purpose, they become far more invested in the outcomes. They don't just work for the paycheck, they work because they believe in what they are doing. This sense of purpose is often what transforms a group of people from mere colleagues into a truly cohesive, driven team. Great leaders inspire action by being authentic. People follow those they trust, and trust comes from authenticity. The best leaders are not only transparent, but also lead by example. They don't just talk about the vision and values, they live them. When a leader is consistent in their actions, decisions, and interactions, they build trust with their team. Trust enables freedom. When people trust their leader, they feel empowered to take initiative, propose new ideas, and go above and beyond. They don't wait for every step to be dictated because they understand the larger purpose and feel confident they are working toward it. Inspiration is born out of trust, and that trust stems from a leader's authenticity. Leaders who live their values, even in challenging circumstances, demonstrate the integrity necessary to foster a culture where action is not only encouraged but embraced. A critical part of inspiring action is creating a safe environment where people feel they can take risks without fear of failure. People are more likely to take bold action when they trust their leader to back them up, even when the path they take doesn't go as planned. This creates a culture of experimentation where failure is not seen as a defeat but as part of the learning process. The leader's job is to encourage calculated risks and support their team when those risks don't pay off. In doing so, they create a cycle of continuous improvement where every setback becomes an opportunity for growth. Leaders who inspire action don't simply give orders, they engage in open, transparent communication. They create an environment in which people feel heard and understood, where their ideas are valued and encouraged. Communication, in this sense, is a two-way street. When a leader listens and responds thoughtfully, they create a sense of belonging among the team. Employees don't just follow, they collaborate, they innovate, and they contribute their best work. When a team feels that their voices matter, they are motivated to take initiative, knowing their actions will be respected and considered. Inspiration doesn't come from a single speech or a powerful email, it's built over time through consistent, authentic communication and mutual respect. To inspire action, a leader must also create a vision that transcends immediate tasks. People get caught up in daily operations, the grind of meetings, deadlines, and reports. A leader who can continually remind them of the bigger picture helps prevent disengagement. It is vital that team members understand not only what they are doing, but why they are doing it. That larger purpose serves as a guiding star, helping people align their individual work with the overarching goals. Without this vision, work becomes rote, and people begin to question the value of their contributions. When a leader provides a strong, clear purpose, they inspire sustained effort and momentum toward a collective goal. Inspiring action is also about recognizing and celebrating progress. A leader who highlights successes, whether small or large, motivates their team to keep pushing forward. Celebrating achievements, both publicly and privately, reinforces the idea that their work is meaningful. This acknowledgement doesn't have to be elaborate. Sometimes a simple thank you or a note of appreciation is enough. Recognition boosts morale, fosters a sense of accomplishment, and strengthens the connection between the individual and the team. People who feel acknowledged are more motivated to keep working toward the team's success. Inspiration thrives when people feel appreciated, seen, and part of something larger. Inspiration is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Great leaders create an environment where motivation and enthusiasm are not dependent on external factors, but are fueled by an internal commitment to the greater mission. By aligning individuals with a meaningful purpose, fostering open communication, demonstrating authenticity, and celebrating progress, leaders inspire action that leads to exceptional performance. It is this kind of leadership, one rooted in trust, vision, and purpose, that transforms a group of individuals into a high-performing, committed team. Authenticity is the cornerstone of trust and leadership. Without it, relationships remain shallow, communication falters, and commitment to the mission weakens. When leaders act with authenticity, they exhibit a transparent and genuine connection to their values, beliefs, and decisions. They are not playing a role or fulfilling an expectation, but are being true to who they are, aligned with their inner compass. Leaders who are authentic do not need to wear masks or adopt false personas to gain approval. They show up as themselves, vulnerable yet confident in their imperfections. This authenticity cultivates trust, and trust is the glue that holds everything together. For a leader to be truly authentic, they must first have a deep understanding of who they are. This involves an honest evaluation of one's values, strengths, and weaknesses. Leaders must reflect on what drives them, what they stand for, and what they will and will not compromise on. Understanding oneself means acknowledging both the strengths that empower leadership and the limitations that require growth. Authentic leadership requires a level of self-awareness that's often overlooked. It's easy to focus solely on the external elements of leadership, achieving goals, guiding teams, making decisions, but unless a leader first understands their internal foundation, they cannot lead effectively. This authenticity and self-awareness allows leaders to make decisions that are congruent with their values, allowing them to stay true to their principles when facing difficult choices or pressures. When leaders are authentic, they build trust with those they lead. People follow leaders who are genuine, who are not trying to be something they are not. When a leader shows vulnerability by acknowledging mistakes or admitting what they don't know, they demonstrate humility, which in turn makes them more relatable. Leaders who are open about their challenges or personal struggles allow their team to see that leadership is not about perfection. It's about perseverance, honesty, and staying true to one's values. When employees know that their leader is real, they feel safe to express their thoughts and concerns, which in turn leads to greater collaboration, innovation, and respect. Authentic leaders are approachable and inspire open communication, allowing their teams to trust that they can be their true selves without fear of judgment. Authenticity also requires consistency. It is not enough to be authentic only in moments of ease or when the spotlight is on. Authenticity must remain steadfast in every situation, from times of success to times of difficulty. Leaders who say one thing and do another undermine trust and create confusion. True leadership means practicing the same values in moments of triumph and adversity alike. This consistency in character allows teams to predict how their leaders will respond in any situation, creating a sense of stability and reliability. People gravitate towards certainty, and a leader whose actions and values align provides that certainty. However, authenticity in leadership does not mean a complete lack of boundaries or limitations. Leaders must also be mindful of what they share and how they share it. Authenticity is not an invitation to overshare or to make everything about oneself. A leader should never prioritize their own emotional needs over the well-being of the team. There is wisdom in knowing which personal experiences or vulnerabilities are shared with the team and which remain private. Authentic leadership means showing the right aspects of yourself at the right time, maintaining a balance between openness and professionalism. It's about being real without being overwhelming, accessible without sacrificing authority or responsibility. Authenticity is particularly critical during challenging times. It's easy to be authentic when everything is running smoothly, but when things start to fall apart, it takes real courage to maintain that authenticity. When a crisis emerges, it can be tempting for leaders to retreat into defensiveness or to mask vulnerability with false bravado. Authentic leaders don't pretend everything is fine when it's not. They speak openly about the challenges at hand, provide transparency around decision-making, and involve their teams in the process of overcoming adversity. They communicate their fears, challenges, and even their uncertainty in a way that fosters solidarity, showing that everyone is in it together. This breeds resilience within the team. When teams witness a leader's authenticity in the face of adversity, they are more likely to stay engaged and optimistic as they trust that their leader will lead them through the storm. Additionally, authenticity aligns leadership actions with purpose. When a leader is authentic, their decisions reflect a deep connection to a larger sense of purpose. They are not motivated by personal gain or short-term rewards, but by the long-term vision they have for their team or organization. This gives direction to their leadership, making decisions not just about what benefits them in the moment, but about what aligns with the core values that support the greater mission. Authentic leaders communicate this sense of purpose clearly and with conviction, which inspires their teams to work towards it with the same enthusiasm and dedication. This clarity provides teams with a sense of ownership and meaning in their work. And knowing that they are part of something bigger than themselves enables individuals to commit deeply to the shared goals. Another vital aspect of authenticity is the ability to empower others. When leaders act authentically, they encourage others to do the same. People want to follow leaders who value integrity and honesty, and when a leader embodies these principles, it encourages others within the organization to act in kind. This authenticity fosters a culture where individuals feel encouraged to express themselves, share their ideas, and take ownership of their work. When employees trust that their leader values honesty and openness, they are more likely to approach their own roles with a sense of accountability and purpose. An authentic leader has the power to influence an entire organization's culture. It's not just about personal traits or behaviors, but about how those behaviors ripple out into the team and community. An organization led by authentic leaders cultivates a culture where people feel aligned with each other's values and work collaboratively toward common goals. This collective sense of authenticity breeds loyalty and deep engagement. The more authentic leaders are, the more they create a foundation for everyone else in the organization to lead, act, and perform with integrity, all while striving towards shared values and a collective vision. Leadership is often thought of as an individual pursuit, something one person does in isolation, directing others from a position of power or authority. However, the most effective leaders understand that true leadership is rooted in collaboration. Leadership isn't about commanding followers, it's about creating environments where individuals can work together toward common goals, leveraging each other's strengths to achieve success. Collaborative leadership transforms traditional ideas of leadership by focusing not on a hierarchical chain of command, but on how leaders can bring people together, facilitate their strengths, and build collective momentum toward shared success. Collaboration is central to building a high-functioning team. It's the idea that every individual has something of value to contribute. A leader's role in collaboration is not just to manage or supervise, but to enable. They create the conditions for collaboration to thrive by facilitating open lines of communication, fostering trust, and empowering team members to take ownership of their responsibilities. A collaborative leader actively removes obstacles that prevent people from working well together, whether it's inefficient processes, interpersonal conflicts, or a lack of resources. By stepping aside when necessary, they allow their team to flourish and lead the way. Great leaders don't hold on to the idea that they must know or do everything themselves. Instead, they focus on making sure that the right resources and opportunities are in place for everyone else to excel. At the heart of collaboration is trust. Without trust, collaboration is merely a transactional activity where people interact with one another but fail to deepen their relationships or align on meaningful goals. When trust is present, people feel comfortable sharing their ideas, vulnerabilities, and even their failures, knowing that others won't use that information against them. This openness creates a culture where innovation can thrive, as team members are free to experiment without fear of reprisal. A leader fosters this trust by being transparent, consistent, and by showing respect for everyone's contributions. When trust is cultivated in a team, it breaks down silos and encourages a free flow of information, which ultimately leads to better problem solving and decision making. People will collaborate more efficiently when they believe they are working within an environment where they can express their ideas openly and without judgment. Leaders who foster collaboration do more than just manage processes. They also work to create an inclusive culture where every voice is heard and valued. A leader who listens actively, asks thoughtful questions, and ensures that diverse perspectives are part of the conversation helps create a sense of ownership among all team members. Everyone's contributions matter, and every individual has a role in driving the team's success. Collaboration can only thrive in environments that are open to diversity of thought, where all members are encouraged to challenge ideas, question assumptions, and think creatively. Leaders should make sure that every team member feels empowered to speak up, even if their perspective is outside the norm. Encouraging diverse viewpoints not only fosters inclusivity, but also strengthens the decision-making process by bringing in new ideas that might not otherwise be considered. It encourages a collaborative exchange that leads to better, more well-rounded solutions. A key component of collaborative leadership is emotional intelligence. Leaders with high emotional intelligence understand the needs, motivations, and emotions of their team members. They know how to listen empathetically, communicate clearly, and diffuse tension when necessary. These emotional intelligence skills are vital when promoting collaboration because they allow leaders to recognize the dynamics at play within a team and address issues before they spiral. By actively engaging with their teams on an emotional level, they create an environment where individuals feel understood and valued, which in turn increases collaboration. This type of leadership also involves being attuned to the group's morale, ensuring that individuals don't feel isolated or undervalued. The emotional connection between leaders and teams fosters a sense of belonging that is critical to successful collaboration. Collaborative leadership also requires flexibility. While it is important for leaders to set clear goals and align the team on a shared vision, they must also be willing to adapt to changing circumstances and embrace new ways of working. This flexibility is especially important in environments that are dynamic, where change is constant, and where innovation often emerges from unexpected places. A rigid approach to leadership can stifle collaboration, limiting creativity and progress. Conversely, leaders who are willing to be adaptable and open to change allow the team to remain agile and responsive. As industries and organizations evolve, leaders need to continuously reevaluate how collaboration is being fostered, making adjustments as necessary to maintain a productive and supportive environment for innovation. At its most effective, collaborative leadership nurtures an environment where individuals naturally work together without being told. A great leader helps align people toward a common vision, and through mutual respect and clear communication, the team begins to drive progress in a way that is cohesive, coordinated, and efficient. Instead of merely being transactional in nature, collaboration becomes organic, a natural part of how people engage with one another. This high level of teamwork and cooperation leads to improved results, more efficient decision-making, and a higher level of job satisfaction among team members as they recognize the value of their contributions within the larger group. Collaboration also strengthens accountability within teams. When collaboration is nurtured, the responsibility for success or failure becomes collective, rather than pinned on one individual. When the team wins, everyone wins. The same is true for setbacks and challenges. Team members don't shy away from responsibility. Instead, they step forward together to address challenges, problem solve, and learn from their experiences. In collaborative environments, individuals develop a strong sense of collective ownership, making them more invested in the team's success. The sense of unity in working toward a shared objective binds people together, creating mutual respect and a deeper commitment to the team's overall success. Collaborative leadership enables teams to not only reach their goals more effectively, but also to build lasting relationships and a culture of continuous learning. It moves away from top-down authority to foster collective intelligence, enabling teams to innovate, adapt, and respond to challenges with greater agility. Leaders who recognize the power of collaboration understand that leadership isn't just about achieving objectives, it's about cultivating a space where others can flourish, connect, and contribute to a shared vision. By creating an environment that promotes trust, inclusivity, emotional intelligence, and flexibility, leaders ensure that collaboration remains the cornerstone of their team's success. So as you leave here today, ask yourself this: am I the kind of leader who empowers others to succeed, or am I just holding the title? Because leadership is not a job, it's a calling, a responsibility, and a privilege. Success isn't about you, it's about the impact you have on the people you lead. When you lead with clarity, serve with humility, embrace the discomfort, inspire with purpose, and focus on legacy, you don't just become a good leader, you become a transformational one, the kind the world needs now more than ever. Thank you.